Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? In this football or soccer related ASMR video to help you relax, maybe even fall asleep, I'm going to be flicking through the wonderful publication that is FourFourTwo. Can't remember, I bought this last week, so I think this might be April's version. It doesn't actually say issue 364, this is the UK version, sold in many countries around the world. Check out your local shop to purchase it. I'm not going to be reading the articles in depth, but we will flick through, read a couple of things and use it as a position for which to have a little ramble and a little chat about football and the topics mentioned. I fully encourage you to go out and purchase the magazine yourself. I'm not sponsored or anything, but it's a fantastic magazine and you will definitely enjoy it. So it's FourFourTwo. Today, nearing the end of Liverpool's season, of course, Klopp's greatest Liverpool games. Picture of the very nice man there himself, smiling away. Those very famous gnashes that he's got. And of course this very obviously is about Arsenal. It says the 50 best players in the Football League. It's a good one for our non-Premier League observers, page 52. I wonder if there'll be any from Swansea, I doubt it. Okay, Invincibles. Arsenal's unbeaten heroes tell the story of their historic season 20 years on. Wow, was it really 20 years ago? Makes me feel so old. Played 38, won 26, drawn 12, 0 losses. Schweinsteiger, Ricky Hatton, Como, Jill Scott and Dave Bassett featured. Okay, 5 things you learn inside. 1, which manager was sacked for headbutting an opposition player recently? Oh, I think I know the answer to that. 2, which former Sheffield United striker owned a club in Kosovo? 3, which club went unbeaten for 104 league games across 3 seasons? 4, which iconic boss almost fell off a balcony during title celebrations? And 5, which team's fans smuggled a canoe into an away end at a recent match? There's Bastian Schweinsteiger. I have quite a lot of German subscribers to this channel, so they will recognize him. Clubs: Bayern Munich, Bayern München, 2002 to 2015, then 2 ill-spent years at Manchester United, then Chicago Fire in the MLS for 2 years. Obviously he played for Germany for, quick maths, 12 years of his life. Fantastic player. He's barely aged, does he? When did he? 5 years ago he stopped playing. I always remember him for long-distance shots from outside the box. Smashing the back of the net. I had a good record against Lionel Messi. When he saw me in Qatar, I think he was happy I wasn't on the pitch anymore. This is a nice interview with Bastian Schweinsteiger. Some pictures of him playing for Bayern and for Germany against Portugal. Here his brother was also a professional footballer, if I'm correct. And there's that match in the Brazilian World Cup against Brazil. This is him celebrating the Champions League win in 2013. The European Cup final was the only time the pressure felt like carrying a backpack. one of my favourite players of all time in the background there, Arjen Robben. So it says, what did you expect when you faced host Brazil in the 2014 World Cup semi-final? Surely not a 7-1 victory. No, but we expected space. We had a great guy with the national team who analysed everything about the opponents, not only their attacks, but also their mentality and personalities. He said they have 4 offensive players, 4 defensive players and 2 in midfield. They're not really a compact team. We felt it on the pitch after a few minutes of the game, so we used the situation. Then the first chance was a goal, and the second chance was a goal. 4-4-2. When the goals kept going in, were you thinking, wow, this is incredible? Yes, it was a crazy situation. When it was 5-0 at half-time, we still kept it professional, they did. But we didn't want to step over the mark. When you lead 5-0 and no, the final is 5 days later, you can control the game and save energy. I remember how angry the goalie was when they conceded at the end. It was 7-1, and they were furious that they conceded a goal. I was like, wow, that is a winning mentality. It's an interesting comment. Bayern fans tell me they couldn't feel the club's DNA in Pep's game there. Highs and lows. High 2006, scores 2 thunderbolts, like I said, in the World Cup 3rd place playoff. Low 2012, misses spot kick in Champions League final defeat to Chelsea. Chelsea fans watching this will know all about that. High in 2013, wins Champions League final against foes Borussia Dortmund. Oh, the funny thing is, I was in London that day, and there was so much German being spoken around me. It was so funny. High 2014, produces best display to help Germany win World Cup final. Low 27, departs Manchester United after a spell being frozen out. Playing off the last defender. It's the big man, little man partnership of football and funnies. It's a picture of that. He's so old, but he's still brilliant, isn't he? Pepe, right? This is Sandy in the USA. When Hugo Lloris joined LAFC, he surely envisioned a life on the beach, sunning himself. What he didn't imagine was that early on, in a city called Sandy, for full irony, he'd be losing 3-0 to Real Salt Lake in a blizzard. There's an article here by Jill Scott, Games That Changed My Life, and the final of the Euros is obviously mentioned there, the England 2, Germany 1. The match was the icing on the cake for my career. I can't put it into words to do it justice. And then Jill's Breach, the TNT sports reporter, picks out her alternative manager of the season. Beyond the big three, however, are more than a few men who warrant honourable mentions, and one standout candidate, with a prize for alternative manager of the year, that head coach is Gary O'Neill of Wolves. Interesting take. I suppose it is easier to win when you're having money thrown at you, and what he's done in this year, when he's basically, I think he only became the manager in the summer, didn't he? A couple of weeks into the season. Hat tips must also be aimed in the direction of Unai Emery and Ange Postecoglou. With Aston Villa and Spurs in contention for Champions League qualification, it will be a staggering achievement for the villains in a campaign where they have had to handle the dreaded Thursday-Sunday fixture pile-up while playing scintillating football and going on a 17-league game unbeaten run at home. There's a quiz there. Ricky Hatton, Manchester City, My Football, the two-weight world champion on nabbing Keegan's medal and asking Wayne Rooney to carry his boxing belt. Meanwhile, in Belgium, the national team's new number 10 is about to be punched by Captain Haddock. Of course, if you don't know, the Tintin comes from Belgium. Here we go. I said sign canoe, not a canoe. FourFourTwo have feared of fans smuggling flares into a match, but a canoe is a new one. AIK supporters managed to get the 15-foot boat into the ground for a Swedish fixture at Kalmar. Then paraded it around the away end. Quite what the stewards outside the stadium were doing is anyone's guess. Fans could hardly have secreted the canoe inside someone's back pocket. How did they even get it through the turnstile? Oh my god. Rosario fans hired a glider to drop leaflets into Newell's Old Boys Stadium during a game, mocking them for a recent loss in the derby. Messages read, "Call me Dad." Angry Newell's supporters responded by pelting the press box with stones. Lecce boss Roberto D'Aversa has been sacked after he butted Verona's Thomas Henry at the end of a Serie A fixture. The debate, should the FA Cup semi-finals be played at Wembley Stadium? I don't think they should. I can understand wanting to celebrate the occasion of a semi-final and having, when I was growing up, it was some stadium that was neutral near to the two, so you'd use Old Trafford quite a lot, or I think Aston Villa Stadium got used quite a lot as well. I just think it takes it away from the final. It's like you've just been there. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, apparently no, it's 82% over 806 votes. Okay, the article featured on the front cover about the Invincibles. Arsenal haven't won the Premier League in 20 years since they went unbeaten throughout the 2003-04 campaign. FFT speaks to several of that immortal squad as they relived a season that went down in history. It's a really interesting stat at the bottom. I love my stats. The points rankings, so it says all the Gunners went unbeaten. They only just make it into the top 10 for highest points tally of a Premier League champion. Man City with 100 is clearly the top in the 2017-18 season. And there we can see Arsenal in 10th, 2003-2004. To highlight, it's Man City, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Chelsea, Man City, Man United, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal. Even opposition fans applauded us. This is interesting. The other Invincible, like Arsenal, these teams are among those who have completed a league season unbeaten. Preston, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Perugia, Steaua Bucharest, Milan, Perth Kangaroos. In the bid to lure Singaporeans to football, the local FA invited a pair of Australian teams to compete in their league. The division was so weak that the Kangaroos stormed the title unbeaten fellow Aussies. The Darwin Cubs finished second. Perth immediately went bust. A lesson to Super Leagues: do not add new clubs willy-nilly, however cool their names are. Ajax, Partizan Belgrade and Obilic and Rangers. So it says Stephen Gerrard's Gers rounded off an unbeaten campaign in 2021, 4 years after Celtic did it during Brendan Rodgers' maiden spell as boss. There's another person saying it: why Gary O'Neill should be manager of the season. Sacked by Bournemouth, the former West Ham midfielder joined a club widely expected to struggle, but he's instead guided Wolves to mid-table. Once the ball is turned over, Wolves look to progress up the pitch with direct running. How Leon Bailey proved all the doubters wrong. To be honest, I was the opposite. I heard about him years ago, and I thought he was sensational. It hasn't always been a very smooth road at Villa Park for the Jamaican winger, but he started to really flourish in recent months under the guidance of boss Unai Emery. I think he's another player that came from Bayer Leverkusen. They've had such talent come through their team. It's so wonderful that they finally won the league. Sure things. Como in Italy, in Italy's fourth tier. So, let me start again. Como were in Italy's fourth tier as recently as 2019, but with help from Cesc Fabregas, they have surged to the verge of Serie A this term. FFT headed to the picturesque location to witness a key promotion clash. This is the very beautiful Lake Como. When I saw Cesc training, I thought, wow, this isn't a video game, this is real. And the sign says, Quelli del Lago, those that come from the lake, or those of the lake. In terms of ambition, you can compare this club with Milan, Valencia and Wolves. Locals are behind the team and daring to dream of Serie A. A decade ago, stands were almost empty. Now we're sold out every home match. Okay, here we go. This is 50 Football League players as voted by the fans, crucially. Okay, 50 Job Bellingham, Mickey Demetrio, Crewe Alexander, Matt Smith of Salford, Dan Kemp of MK Dons, Colby Bishop, Portsmouth. Got Jamie Reid of Stevenage, Ali Al-Hamadi from Ipswich, Cameron Brannigan from Oxford. 42 is Elliot Lee of Wrexham. Hang on, where's Idris El Mizouni? With 72 clubs, inevitably not every team in the Football League can be represented in our top 50. Among those who just missed out, an ex-former an ex-farmer, Tunisia star and lead singer of Coldplay. Oh, I see, Chris Martin. Ellis Kachunga of Cambridge. Andy Cook, Jay Stansfield, Kian Spence, Brad Hills, Max, how do I say that? Crocombe. Is there any Welshmen in this list? Surely there must be. Ethan Ampadu's got to be in there. Jordan Rhodes, Max O'Leary, Macaulay Langstaff of Notts County, John Swift, Dion Charles, Jody Jones. Barry Bannon, a couple of Scots in here. Harrison Burrows, Victor Johansson. 32 is Davis Kayla Dunn. Yasser Esprilla, Alfie May, T. Howard Bellis, Will Keane, Herbie Kane, and Finn Azaz. Devont Cole, Liam Miller. His goal against Swansea was sensational. Canadian, right? Elias Chair, Efron Mason Clark, Wilfred Ndidi, Wilfred, another one, Wilfried Nyonto, Ben Schaaf, Nathaniel Mendes-Lang, Efron Mason Clark, Steffi Mavidi, Joe Rodon, yay, Swansea boy. Number 16, Leif Davis, Gabriel Sarah, Connor Chaplin, Callum O'Hare, Ethan Ampadu. No, I thought he'd be in the top 10. Fantastic player. Harry Winks, Walker Peters, Morgan Whittaker, who Swansea sold, and I still cannot understand why. He's like $1 million. Jaden Philogene, Jorginho Rutter, Sami Smodic. On the Neely list, we've got Jamie Patterson from Swansea City, Adam Armstrong, Jack Clark, Crescencio Somerville, the Dutchman. A lot of clubs are after him. If Leeds don't go up this year, I don't think they'll keep him. And I think, I know, is it going to be Alfie? Oh, no, it's not. Keenan Dewsbury Hall. Interesting. I don't know if you know you can get on the list then. So we've got an article about Ada Hergeberg of the Norway national team. Hegerberg's Ballon d'Or successors, Megan Rapinoe, of course, Alexia Putellas and Aitana Bonmati. Two Spaniards in a row. And then Klopp's greatest Liverpool games. I do really like him as a person, he's a great guy. So best games: Liverpool against Borussia Dortmund, beating Arsenal, beating Roma, one of my favourite teams, beating Barcelona by 4-0. And that was the one where they had to win it, wasn't it? Liverpool 3, Manchester City 1. Liverpool 7, Manchester United 0. Okay, around the grounds, EFL Non-League and Scotland. Mike Williamson, an interview with the former Newcastle defender on his MK Dons ambitions, coming to Gateshead's rescue and a 4-all draw with Arsenal. We've got an article here about Hull, so Akun Iligali is known, or Ilijali is known as Turkin Ajun Ilijali, if it's Turkish, is known as Turkey's Simon Cowell, and he has certainly brought the X Factor to Hull City. He tells FourFourTwo why he bought them in 2022 and what's next. Best and worst. So we got Chesterfield. I think they have gone up now, haven't they? Sean Dyche, I thought it was. So musical mashups, Love Me for a Season. Play on the Boyzone song. After Pop Veterans Boyzone linked up with non-league Chorley, FFT mulls football's great musical collaborations. Obviously Watford with Sir Elton John has to be there. Margate and the Libertines, Doncaster with Louis Tomlinson, Ipswich with Ed Sheeran, Clydebank with Wet Wet Wet, Chorley Boys and Newport, Goldie Look and Chain. Oh, amazing. Rushton and Diamonds, a club that football forgot. With a then follow-up article on Forest Green history repeating itself, Nailsworth usurped Earthlingsborough as the smallest ever town with an EFL club, but Rovers have spiralled since their promotion to League One. Looks like they're going down this year, doesn't it? The Players' Lounge. Look at that picture. Dave Bassett, Alexandri Patu, Dennis Mortimer. What the crazy gang achieved was incredible. These days we'd get our own Netflix show. Doesn't everyone? Alexandri Patu said, "At Milan I often waited for everyone to leave the changing room and find out what cologne David Beckham used. I still wear it now." He's got a picture here of his loan to Chelsea, but it just didn't work out, did it? And then Dennis Mortimer, winning the European Cup with Villa means the world to me. I've been searching for my shirt for years now. And then some fashion. And that's the end of that. Fantastic. As ever, wonderful edition of FourFourTwo. Go out and get yours. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget that if you want to support me, then click like on the video, maybe drop a comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you have and you love what I do, then consider supporting me on Patreon. I'm getting quite a lot of new people join every month. You get 2 extra videos, one map video and a further video which is a little ramble me talking about my month, but also you help me buy stuff like this, so I really appreciate all of your help. Okay, thank you so much for watching, take care, sleep well, and I'll see you guys really, really soon, okay? Take care.